Guys, it's me again, Deluded Goon. I hope you've all had a great festive period, a great Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate Christmas, either way, I hope you had a good time. Now, I know I'm an Arsenal fan. You've seen many of it. Harry Kane. I've told you before. 2011. You saw the tweets. That I don't have that Twitter account anymore. But those of you who saw the retweet, retweet that tweet. Those of you who actually mentioned the tweet. Those of you that know me in my personal life can vouch for me. You guys know I've never told no lie to you guys. God strike me down if I'm lying. I've rated Harry Kane from 09, 010, 011 is when I tweeted it. But from 011, really, I've been calling for Spurs to play my man. Calling for him to get his chance. Because from watching the academy, he might not have been the most eye-catching, but one thing I knew about the guy and could see, great taker of chances, great finisher of chances. His movement was there. He just needed a chance and the confidence, and obviously just to downright improve. Long story short, in hindsight, I actually wish I was wrong, man, because Kane is a madness now. You see it? But he's what? He just went out and got 64, 65, 66, however many goals with that hat-trick, messing stuff up. In the calendar year, I think he's overtaken Shearer with that, with another back-to-back hat-trick. Kane is a madness. It doesn't matter what club you support. Sometimes I know some people don't like to rate players because of their club. We know football is very tribal, but you can just see it. It don't matter. And I do think people go over the top when they say a variety of goals. They behave like he's scoring goals like Messi, but he scores a variety of goals. He can score long range, close range, poaching finishes, all these sort of finishing. One thing you do see consistent when he scores, excellent taker of chances. You can tell that the things he's doing are calculated, like he's seen the picture in his head. Sometimes you see that with some footballers and you can tell they don't really mean it. Whether you mean it or not, if you score at the end of the day, you score. But I like to see calculatedness. And it's similar to Henry, and that I know you guys have seen before. Henry's actually a person who can tell you why he took a shot at a particular time, because he saw the goalie move. I see these sort of things with Harry Kane, man. The way he does it, his left foot isn't his strongest foot, but the way he strikes a ball, he's just my cup of tea as a striker. Added to that, why I love Kane, he knows what he can and can't do. Advice for Lukaku. Kane's twice the player Lukaku is. Kane can clearly do the general play and the link-up play and stuff. And my Spurs fan friends have actually said he's improved with that aspect, because I've always thought he's been good at that. But it's nice to know other opinions. He knows what he can and can't do. Kane, like I did for the last time, he knows what he can and can't do. He looks to work the channels. He looks to pull in behind his centre half, the opposition centre half. He looks to make cute runs and cute little bits of movement, because he knows Eriksen and Dele and these man there might find him. He'll come deep and mash work for the team, make a few tackles that could get a yellow, work for the team, relieve pressure, help counter-attack. He will do all of these sort of things, make a yard for himself and hit it. Kane knows what he can and can't do. You'll never see him try to do step-overs, beat 7 man. I'm not saying Lukaku does that, but I'm saying this shows you what you can. If you just use what God's given you and you can and use what you can do rather than you can't, you can use them very same components, master them, and thingies like that. He's a madness in the air. Again, my Spurs fan supporting friends say he could turn up and improve in the aspect of scoring goals in the air, because I think he scores quite a lot with his head. He could also improve in big games, they tell me as well. I mean, I saw a stat that was pretty damning. I can't remember it, but it suggested he didn't score as prolific as against the top 6 as I thought. I still think that's a lie, because I've seen him score against all the top 6, and 9 times out of 10 he turns up in big games. I know he didn't have the best of games against Madrid. He played twice against Madrid, right? Once he scored and once he didn't. Forgive me if I've got that wrong, but I'm so sure there was a game they played Madrid, he didn't score, but he worked his socks off, and I've seen Lukaku and Lacazette do that and they didn't get praised. So yeah, of course, Kane being Kane, he needs to make the difference. I do, to a degree, think Kane is the only world-class player or player that's being spoken about world-class, not expected to win trophies. Now, some people say, yeah, he's at Spurs, they're not going to be like United and City and these clubs, and a lot of that's true. But the same said for Ozil. When Ozil's playing crap or whatever, what do you hear? Oh, he's not good enough to carry the team. He can't carry the team. He's a world-class player. He should be making a difference and carry the team. How's that any difference for Harry Kane? Alexis, the same gets said. Paul Pogba, the same gets said. Different positions, obviously, and just 3 examples, but you get the point. If you're a world-class player, you're expected to make the difference. And again, it's not all Kane's fault, but these are the same parameters other players are being judged with. Kane needs to, and it does feel to a degree that Kane is the only player that can excel on a solo front, breaking all of these mad stats, scoring all of these goals by his club, despite we've heard for many years the club having the best back four, being the best defensive side, the best attacking side, undefeated at home last year, best manager, one of the best managers, and being one of the only sides able to catch the side at the top, excluding this year. So with that in mind, he does need to have needs to win something, or try and win something, or get to a final and make differences in games like that. I mean, speaking of making a difference, he could have made the difference against City against the Etihad. But yeah, some may say I'm being harsh. I can assure you I'm not. I believe everybody should be judged on the same principles that they are. obviously, people would say he needs to go and do it for England. I mean, Wayne Rooney is the record goal scorer for England. How many goals has he got at a World Cup competition or Euros? Don't quote me on the Euros, but I'm so sure the World Cup is like 1 or 2 goals max. I back Kane to better that. Of course, it's England, so you could say it's going to get worse. And I'm not taking a shot at Rooney by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just debuting these myths. Kane is 30. Whether he goes on to win stuff or not, for me, he's a quality striker. I mean, he clearly is. In today's market, he's world class. Some people have even said to me, they could say he wouldn't do all of this at another club. Are you telling me that someone that is scoring all of these goals and has an excellent understanding with Eriksen, Dele, and arguably worse players than them 2 players I've said, are you telling me if he went to Madrid, he's not going to score goals and do dirt with Modric feeding him, with Kroos feeding him, with I don't want to say Ronaldo, but Ronaldo will open up spaces because teams will go and follow Ronaldo, so there'll be space for Kane to get into. Are you going to say he wouldn't do that at Bayern Munich at these clubs? I'm not going to say Barca because I think Barca, for some reason, I think Kane and Barca would be a weird match. But he's a 30 player, man. He's a 30 player. Like I said, you can't expect one player to lead any team to glory, but when it comes to world-class players, you hear it said for Neymar, you hear it said for Alexis, you hear it said for Ozil, you hear it said for Paul Pogba in the Premier League. You hear it for several players. They need to, even Hazard in regards to winning the league trophy, despite the fact he can claim to lead in Chelsea twice to a league and domestic campaign. You hear these same things. So I have to play it fair. If them man there getting it, Kane needs to get that as well. But Kane is 30, man. Kane is 30. He's so 30, I had to stop while the game's still going on. It's 5-1 last time I checked to make this. Well, Kane, I know he's a yid. And I never want Spurs to succeed more than Arsenal, but I want Kane to realise his full potential, man, because I love people that have fought for adversity. I've campaigned for this guy since 2009 to 2011. He's been on loan spells, he's been in the wilderness. He very much, this whole story of Kane with this and for England, for Spurs, and just Kane in general might not have happened if he didn't get his chance. And was it against Villa he scored that deflected free kick? He might not have got his chance. Obviously, he played in Europa, but you get where I'm going with that. I love Kane, man, and I want more people to have fairy tale stories like this, man. I mean, Kane, people were calling my man 1 season wonder. He can't do this. I'd like to see him do that. Shut up, man. Shut up. Kane is sick. Enough said. Guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. Thank you very much, and I really hope you enjoyed the video and you're enjoying what's left of your festive breaks. I'm out.